Ó habar fríide go cross fríide linganis, go mai chrumha I ggurcaig. Isáin atá an talíontóir agus an gabhadh geal Eileen Moylan. Tá siise ag chur an mún le hain an gros.
So I kind of probably took a very indirect route to end up in the profession that I'm in. I started in art college, loved it, but always liked metalwork, always liked jewellery, so was always kind of playing with different pieces of metal or making things for myself, and then basically just tried to find a job and get someone to teach me. And that was basically how I started, just at a bench, working and learning, and did that for years, and almost like an apprenticeship really, where I was in a busy workshop. Whatever repairs landed on my bench, I had to do those. So it was very much learning on the job, but actually it really worked, and it meant that I have a really, really broad set of skills in terms of a lot of different areas of jewellery, which is really handy. So I started clad design because I loved claddagh rings. I really liked Celtic jewellery, Irish jewellery. I loved I loved all those amazing things that we could draw from. I couldn't find a piece of jewellery in those styles that I really loved. Like, my style would tend to be simple, clean lines, a bit modern, and everything was very ornate and often machine made. And I kind of thought, right, if I'm going to wear a claddagh ring as someone who makes jewellery, I really don't want to wear a machine made one. So I started working on my own design. That's kind of how it started. I just decided, I love the symbolism of the claddagh, so I basically took the hands, the heart and the crown, and I made it in a contemporary modern piece. And then when I made that and people saw it, people ordered them, and that's how claddagh design started. So I suppose the way it works for me is there's so many things that I can draw my inspiration from. Like in Irish metalwork, I mean, the National Museum is full of amazing things. I can go to the National Museum and I can see pieces that are, hundreds and hundreds of years old, and pretty much in terms of the making and the techniques, it hasn't changed massively. I'm still using hammers to form metal, still using heat to soften the metal and then, form it into shapes, cutting, casting, all those things haven't changed. So it's great that actually I can look at pieces in the National Museum and I can see how they were made, or I can see how they were formed, and I know I can replicate those techniques with exactly the same tools that I'm using in the workshop, which is brilliant. The St. Bridget's Cross, as I said, started with, wanting to make a St. Bridget's Cross, making it in silver. It started by looking at all the different types of St. Bridget's Crosses. I suppose there was the traditional one that you make in school. And then when I started looking and I looked at all the different variations on that, I looked at how I could weave that silver and still have it as recognisable as a St. Bridget's Cross, because I didn't want to lose that. I wanted the elements, like with everything, I wanted the elements of St. Bridget's Cross, but have my take on it. And when I started basically playing with the wire and seeing how I could bend it and form it and see how many strands I could weave into it, the shape started to come together. And I liked actually having that kind of open lattice effect in the middle. I liked that you can kind of see right through the cross in the middle of it. I liked that you could see each individual strand, but then it kind of tapered down onto a really fine point. So again, we've got all the elements of the St. Bridget's Cross, but actually it's still an elegant piece of jewellery. That kind of sums up what I always want. Yeah, I love jewellery. I love making it. I love the fact that it's small. I really like that. I like working in really fine detail. The control freak in me loves fine detail. I love it being precise. I love it being perfect. There's such a sense of satisfaction when you're on your bench where you can actually work through jobs and you see what you've done at the end of the day and they're all perfect. It's a good day's work. It's really nice. I never have that Monday morning feeling. It's lovely.